Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Insane Lakers GM Rob Pelinka under fire for strategy that may waste Luka Doncic and LeBron James duo. The Los Angeles Lakers are falling behind in a highly competitive offseason, and all eyes are on GM Rob Pelinka as the one to blame. While teams like the Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, and Dallas Mavericks have been busy making key additions to strengthen their rosters, the Lakers have done almost nothing. LeBron James picked up his $52.6 million player option, and the team signed former Kings forward Jake LaRavia to a 2-year, $12 million deal. That's it. In fact, the biggest move the Lakers made so far might have been losing Dorian Finney-Smith to the Rockets. Now Pelinka is under fire after a recent report shed light on what appears to be the Lakers' long-term strategy, and fans and analysts aren't buying it. NBA insider Dave McMenamin told ESPN that the Lakers intentionally passed on Finney-Smith to keep their cap space flexible for 2027. When they hoped to land a max free agent. Even though Finney-Smith was well-liked in the locker room and helped the Lakers go 14-6 in the 20 games he started, the front office exercised financial discipline to preserve cap space for 2027, McMenamin reported. That reasoning didn't sit well with many in the basketball world, including popular NBA podcaster Kevin O'Connor, who didn't hold back. 2027? As in, 2 summers from now? For a player they might sign. O'Connor tweeted, "Rob Pelinka is insane. You have Luka Doncic and LeBron James on your team right now." To make matters worse, the Lakers have missed out on several top free agent targets, and fans are growing restless. With the regular season set to tip off in October, it's starting to feel like the front office is wasting a rare championship window. Let's be honest, Luka Doncic is only 26 and could play at an MVP level for another 7 or 8 years. But LeBron James is 40. And no matter how elite he still is, time isn't on his side. That gives the Lakers a window of maybe 1 or 2 years to seriously contend for a title with this superstar duo. So the question is, why not go all in? It's what most Lakers fans are begging for, yet Pelinka seems to be playing the long game, willing to sacrifice the present for a future that isn't guaranteed. And if LeBron's aware of this plan? Don't be surprised if we see him heading back to Cleveland, or even joining a 4th NBA team, sooner than expected. But the controversy hasn't stopped there. LeBron James' camp, particularly his agent Rich Paul, made it clear that LeBron's decision to opt into the final year of his contract comes with expectations. He's still chasing championships, and if the Lakers can't provide a competitive roster, he's reportedly open to exploring other options. That subtle but strong message has fueled speculation that LeBron's days in Los Angeles could be numbered. Meanwhile, the front office continues to send mixed signals. While Pelinka insists the team is committed to winning now, their actions tell a different story. Letting Finney-Smith walk, failing to land high-impact free agents, and focusing instead on preserving cap space for 2027 has left fans and analysts baffled. The roster still lacks depth, especially in the frontcourt, and the team's failure to address glaring weaknesses from last season's early playoff exit has raised serious concerns. Former Lakers legend James Worthy openly criticized the front office's direction, questioning whether there's a clear plan in place to maximize the short championship window that Luka Doncic and LeBron James represent. Other voices around the league have echoed those concerns, pointing out that some of the Lakers' most questionable moves in recent years, such as letting Alex Caruso walk, continue to haunt them, especially now that Caruso is thriving elsewhere. The reaction from fans has been even more intense. Social media is filled with frustration and disbelief. Many are questioning why a team with 2 generational talents would not go all in. The idea of holding out for a 2027 free agent, someone they might not even land, feels like a gamble the franchise can't afford to take, especially with LeBron nearing the end of his career. On the other hand, some inside the organization still back Pelinka's cautious approach, arguing that financial flexibility and long-term planning are crucial in today's NBA. But with the pressure mounting, that logic may not be enough to satisfy a fan base used to immediate results. At this point, the Lakers are walking a dangerous tightrope. If they fail to make serious upgrades before the season begins, they risk alienating both LeBron and Luka, and possibly losing them altogether. And if that happens, the franchise could be forced into yet another painful rebuild. LeBron James' mindset signals potential Lakers exit as team stalls in free agency. If the opening day of NBA free agency is any indication, LeBron James may not be in a Lakers uniform much longer. With a massive $52.6 million player option already picked up, LeBron made his intentions crystal clear. He wants to compete for a championship now. And with time working against him as he enters his 40s, the pressure is on the Lakers front office to act with urgency. But instead of hitting the ground running, the Lakers started free agency sluggishly, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. They've already lost multiple targets, including Dorian Finney-Smith, who signed with the Houston Rockets. And the lack of urgency is beginning to send a strong message. The Lakers may not share LeBron's win-now mentality. That could force his hand. If things don't turn around fast, LeBron may very well request a trade to a franchise that's actually building toward a title. According to NBA insider Shams Charania, LeBron is carefully watching the Lakers' off-season decisions, and the message he's receiving is not encouraging. While James is chasing one final ring, the Lakers appear focused on something else entirely, 2027. That's the year the team wants to have maximum cap space to pursue a top-tier free agent. In other words, they're prioritizing long-term flexibility over immediate contention. They're leaning into 2-year deals, thinking ahead to Luka Doncic's future, instead of giving LeBron the support he needs right now. At this stage in his career, LeBron doesn't have the luxury of waiting. He's no longer building for tomorrow, he's fighting for today. As Charania put it, this offseason is shaping up to be a moment of truth between James and the Lakers. He's watching how the team handles the rest of free agency, particularly when it comes to shoring up the front court and adding wing depth. And based on what happens, he'll decide where, and with whom, he wants to finish his legendary career. Meanwhile, Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office continue to operate with long-term caution. Letting Finney-Smith walk was just one part of their larger financial strategy. Despite his popularity in the locker room and strong performance as a starter, 14 wins in 20 games, LA chose not to re-sign him in order to preserve cap space for 2027. That plan may benefit Luka Doncic down the road, but it does little to help LeBron chase banner number 5. And here's the tough truth. If the Lakers are no longer committed to building around LeBron, maybe it's time to let him go. Perhaps a trade to the Dallas Mavericks, reuniting him with Luka, could be the fresh start both sides need. It would allow GM Nico Harrison to construct a legitimate contender around Doncic, and give LeBron the one thing he still values above all else, a shot at winning. Right now, the Lakers are standing at a crossroads. They can either go all in with the most iconic player of his generation, or risk watching him walk away while chasing a future that's far from guaranteed. As the Lakers continue to stall in free agency, the pressure surrounding the organization is reaching a boiling point. What began as mild concern is now turning into full-blown speculation about LeBron James' future in Los Angeles, and whether the franchise still aligns with his championship goals. Fans and media react to front office inaction. Across the NBA landscape, the Lakers' approach has been met with heavy criticism. Fans are voicing growing frustration over the lack of urgency, especially considering the rare opportunity to build around a duo like LeBron and Luka Doncic. Many believe the franchise is playing a dangerous game, prioritizing the possibility of signing a max free agent in 2027 over maximizing the final years of one of the greatest players of all time. LeBron is watching and waiting. LeBron is said to be evaluating every move made this offseason. With no major signings and key targets already slipping away, he's beginning to question whether staying in LA makes sense at this point in his career. While no official trade request has been made, there's growing belief that he would consider other options if the Lakers fail to pivot quickly. Privately, LeBron has made it clear, he believes the Lakers are only a few moves away from serious contention. The lack of action, however, signals that the front office may not share that same urgency. This disconnect is becoming a source of internal tension that could soon boil over if not addressed. A franchise split between two visions. What makes the situation more complicated is the Lakers' long-term focus. The front office is reportedly emphasizing cap flexibility for 2027, aiming to pair Luka Doncic with another superstar once LeBron retires. That strategy might make sense on paper, but it's a hard sell when the current team is 1 or 2 pieces away from competing for a title. That disconnect between long-term planning and short-term ambition is at the heart of the current crisis. LeBron doesn't have time to wait 3 more years. He wants to win now. And if the Lakers aren't ready to support that mission, he may decide to pursue it elsewhere. A possible path forward, or a turning point. The Lakers are said to be exploring moves to add front-court depth and veteran leadership, including at the center and wing positions. But time is running out. Each day without significant improvement pushes LeBron closer to the edge. A trade to another contender, possibly even reuniting with Luka in Dallas, has already become a topic of league-wide speculation. Meanwhile, the franchise is facing a defining moment. If they're serious about keeping LeBron, they'll need to make aggressive moves, now. If not, they must be prepared for the possibility of moving on and starting a new era around Luka sooner than expected. Rich Paul ensured Lakers and Luka Doncic weren't blindsided by LeBron comments. The announcement that LeBron James would opt into the final year of his contract with the Los Angeles Lakers should have brought clarity, but instead, it sparked fresh speculation following bold remarks from his longtime agent and Clutch Sports CEO, Rich Paul. Shortly after the news broke, Paul shared that LeBron was still fully focused on competing for championships and that both he and James were carefully evaluating what path made the most sense for the final stage of his legendary career. Naturally, this raised eyebrows, especially when paired with the idea that LeBron might even consider asking for a trade if he believed his title chances were stronger elsewhere. Yet despite the stir those comments created, key people inside the NBA weren't caught off guard, especially not the Lakers or Luka Doncic. According to Dave McMenamin of ESPN, Paul made sure to communicate clearly ahead of time, informing Lakers GM Rob Pelinka and Doncic's business manager Laura Beth Seeger about both LeBron's decision to stay and the messaging that would follow. This level of transparency speaks volumes. In today's NBA, where trust and communication shape everything from trades to team chemistry, making sure all sides are aligned is essential. Rather than blindsiding the Lakers or Doncic's camp, Paul and LeBron made sure everyone was on the same page, a strong signal that their relationships remain intact and respectful. LeBron is in control, but not looking to leave. It's worth noting that LeBron has a no-trade clause, giving him full control over his future. If a time ever comes where he decides a move is necessary, he can choose when and where. But for now, that doesn't appear to be the goal. In fact, Rich Paul later clarified that his comments weren't meant to imply any sort of brewing trade or rift with the Lakers. There have been no discussions about moving LeBron. Instead, the message was simple: LeBron wants to win, and he's committed to helping Los Angeles remain a contender while also respecting the team's efforts to build a future around Luka Doncic. Looking ahead. It's been an unpredictable summer in the NBA, and the waters around LeBron are rarely still. But at this point, the tone seems more cooperative than confrontational. LeBron is staying, and while his eyes remain firmly set on championship contention, he's giving the Lakers a real opportunity to prove they can help him get there. The takeaway? There's no drama, just a clear, honest push to maximize these final years of greatness. What Rich Paul's comments really signaled. Rich Paul's recent statements weren't just about LeBron James opting into the final year of his contract, they were about intent. While confirming LeBron's commitment to staying in Los Angeles, Paul made it clear that James is still determined to compete at the highest level. That message, while subtle, sent ripples throughout the league. Paul emphasized that LeBron's decision to stay was rooted in his desire to win, but also hinted that both he and LeBron would continue to evaluate the Lakers' direction. It wasn't a trade request, far from it, but it was a reminder: at this stage of LeBron's career, contention is the only priority. No one caught off guard. Despite the media stir, both the Lakers front office and Luka Doncic's management team were reportedly informed in advance of both the contract decision and the tone of the statements that would follow. This level of communication reinforces that there's still mutual respect and transparency among all parties involved. It also suggests that the Lakers were not blindsided, which may have been exactly the point. LeBron and his team wanted to be clear, but not confrontational. They're giving the Lakers a chance to show they're serious about building a winner. Lakers now under pressure. The Lakers are facing significant pressure this offseason. While they've made small roster moves and explored potential trades, the front office hasn't yet made a definitive leap that shows they're going all in. With LeBron's contract now locked in, the question becomes, what will the Lakers do to match his urgency? There have been rumors of interest in strengthening the frontcourt, and the possibility of pairing LeBron with another star has surfaced. But until real moves happen, speculation will continue. LeBron's camp made it clear, he's not just here to finish out his career, he's here to compete. Luka Doncic's role in the picture. As the Lakers begin transitioning toward a younger core, Luka Doncic is clearly being positioned as a future face of the franchise. LeBron appears ready to mentor and support that shift, as long as it doesn't come at the cost of competitiveness. Balancing the present and the future is no easy task. And while Doncic has expressed a willingness to grow with the Lakers, his long-term commitment may also depend on how the team performs in the short term. What happens next? The ball is now in the Lakers' court. If they want to keep LeBron fully bought in, and show Luka that they're building something sustainable, the next few weeks are critical. A meaningful roster upgrade could solidify the team's competitive standing and prevent any further questions about LeBron's future. Right now, there's no active trade discussion. But in a league where things change quickly, the tone of Paul's comments was clear: if the Lakers don't act, LeBron might. Bottom line. LeBron James is staying, but he's watching closely. His loyalty isn't in question, but his patience could be. For now, everyone is aligned. But the Lakers must prove they're willing to meet the moment. Otherwise, this summer could take an unexpected turn.